Hey everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. Today I am going to talk about using props during circle time. Now, I have talked about this quite a bit. In fact, my most popular videos tend to be about using props during circle time. And it's no wonder, because if you teach toddlers and young preschoolers, you know how challenging circle times can be. And so I've always used some sort of prop. We've always had our class mascot. This is Barney, and Barney has joined us in many of our circle times. And we've also used puppets, and I've talked about using flannel board pieces and things that the children can hold, all different things that make circle time more interactive. Because when you invite young children to come to circle, their attention spans tend to be short. And if you are expecting them to sit and listen to you, that tends to be challenging because they are looking around, they might get up, they might run away. Yes, this happens to me every single year. It's how it is. But I have found that when you have visuals for these children, that seems to draw them in and make them more interested. So I will drop links to my previous videos using props in this video's description. But today I want to talk about a new post that I have put on my website where I share all of my free circle time props. And these are all printable, so you just download them and print them, and then you have them for your circle time too. When this started was when I was teaching virtually during the 2020-2021 school year. I really wanted to have something that the children can hold on their side of the screen, and it would be the same as what I was holding. We sent home take-home packets every other week where I would put these props in their bag. So they got 1 or 2 props every week, and then we would use these while I read stories and we sang related songs. It worked wonderfully. In fact, I have a whole section about my virtual teaching if you just want to kind of see how I did that, because you can do that in the classroom too. And so when we did come back into the classroom, I decided to keep on going since it worked so well virtually. So every month this school year, I created a different set of props, and they're all in that blog post that I just mentioned, link in the video description. So you will see that I have some that are they're seasonal, and I have some that are holiday. I have some that are for certain songs, and then I just have some evergreen, meaning these can be used all year. Now, these are not all of them. This is just a selection of what I actually have available. And what I like to do is, there's different ways that you can put these props together. So after you print them out, you can attach them to popsicle sticks. So you can use regular size popsicle sticks, but I found that I love using these 8-inch jumbo craft sticks because they're just that much sturdier and easier to hold. And so I'll drop a link to this nice big bag, and I've gotten a lot of use out of this because we also use these for art projects as well. But I just bought this big bag so that if you want to make sticks that you can hold and the children can hold, this is what you do. I like to copy it onto cardstock, and because they're handled so much, I also like to laminate them. And then I tape them to the stick so that they're easy to hold. But there are some other options too. Sometimes I will use these props not for the children to hold, but for other reasons. For example, I have my numbered snowmen here. So this was used in a song where I held it and we counted the snowman because the songs we sang were about the 5 snowmen. And what I did was I just took a magnetic strip or a little dot and I put it on the back. Again, this is on cardstock. You can also laminate it. And I like to use these small cookie sheets. They work really well. And in fact, I found even a better, these are some magnetic little spot, they're self-adhesive. So you just peel it off and you stick it right on the back. So I'll drop a link to this because I've been trying different ones and I found these ones are really durable. But even if you don't have these particular ones, just any kind of a magnetic strip or dot on the back of it so that it can then stick to a cookie sheet. You might also have a magnetic chalkboard, a little handheld one, that it could stick to that as well. And of course, another option is Velcro, which you can then use on a Velcro flannel board. A lot of you love flannel boards, I do too. And so you just put the Velcro on and it sticks right on there. You can also use a pocket chart. Now some of you like to use pocket charts and you can just cut the pieces and you can put them inside here, especially the ones that are numbered. Like some of them go to 10, you can put all 10 here. You can have this on your wall at circle time and you can point to these. You could even have the children each hold a different number and they come up and you put it in numerical order. There's a lot of different things you can do, but a pocket chart is another option. And then what I also love to do is I love to use these, we'll use these props when we're dancing. The children love to walk around and we'll dance with them. And like I said, they'll hold them up. Like if we do read a book about a bunny, for example, whenever I say the word bunny, the children will hold it up. There's so many different ways that you can use these props. But again, the main reason why I love them is because it pulls the children in. They have something to hold, which is very important. And if you're holding the same thing, it makes it that much more meaningful for them. We also have on Teachers Pay Teachers, our most popular packet is our Song and Rhymes pack. And it includes the 5 little monkeys. And then I also made separate, I also cut the monkeys out and I made sticks so that while I am doing this part, the children can hold their own monkey. So I just made extra copies. And you can do this so that the bed is actually attached to the flannel board, or what I like to do is I just put a piece of tape on the back. I make a little handle so I can hold it in my hand. So we have several different songs that include the 5 little monkeys, and it also includes the speckled frogs. I did the same thing again where I made a little handle, and as we sing it and the frogs jump into the water, just like that. And again, you can also do this so that it is on the flannel board. You can even do it if you wanted to put the magnetic strips on, and you can do it that way as too. Props are such a hit with young children. And again, if I would have known this I think it took me 3 years of teaching before I caught on to this. And if I would have known this from the beginning, it would have saved me, because I was like many of you where I was so frustrated with circle time. It's like, why won't they listen to me? Because they're not actually involved in it. You are expecting them to just listen to you, but get them to be part of it as well. So again, the links to all of these materials and these free printables are in this video's description. I have one blog post where I will share all of my freebies there, and I will be continuing to make more. So I will drop those links in that post as they are created. So make sure to save that, to bookmark it. And I hope this really helps you, because like I said, it really helped me while I was teaching, still helps me. I mean, I have been teaching for 2 decades now, and I could not do it without props. I know that. It doesn't matter how long you've been teaching. Their attention spans are their attention spans. They're short. So props are so important, and I hope this will help you when you do your circle time. Make sure to be following Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds on YouTube, because as I create more props, more videos, more printables, I will be sharing them on YouTube, and you will receive a notification every time one of these videos is published. Thanks for watching.